My first time meeting my father was him in the casket. I have to literally look at the maps of every grocery store before I go so I know the exits. And that's draining to do. And I got tired where I got to a point where I had to have my food delivered to me.
A solemn and painful weekend beginning in the city of Buffalo and throughout western New York tonight as we mark 1 year since the tragedy at the Tops on Jefferson Avenue. Good evening, I'm Michael Wooten. Scott is off tonight.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Tonight, 3 families affected by the tragedy are looking to hold a new target accountable: social media. A lawsuit filed in Erie County Supreme Court lays out why families of the 514 victims and their attorneys believe that Facebook, Google, Reddit, and other companies fueled the attacker and should be held liable. Here's Channel 2's Rob Hackford.
It was likened to David versus Goliath, a lawsuit that may be the first of its kind that doesn't go after the man who shot and killed 10 people and injured 3 more.
At some point in time, we realized that this was more than a weapons case.
But instead, the methods by which he was radicalized, which this team of attorneys says largely happened because of how social media is designed.
These folks are created by social media platforms whose very business models puts their own profits over the safety of the public.
If you don't have access to something, you just don't.
Meta, Snapchat, Google, and 4chan are among the over dozen defendants.
These corporations are going to throw everything at us.
But so are the gun shop where the weapon used on 514 was purchased, a gun accessory company, and the parents of Peyton Gendron.
Y'all gonna remember my father's name.
Leandra Elliott lost her dad, Andre McNeil, that day. Her now 1-year-old daughter never meeting him.
My chest hurt just thinking about it.
Although justice for these families is the death penalty, ending future violence is too.
Nobody should have to live like this.
As for the social media companies named in the lawsuit, many have been shielded by a 25-year-old part of the U.S. Code that applies to content. But by targeting the algorithms designed to feed content to users regardless of what it contains, the attorneys are hopeful their case will succeed.
And unless and until these companies are held accountable, unless they have to pay the true costs that their dangerous and defective products are inflicting on our nation, on our people, on our communities, they're not going to change their behavior.
Now, there is another lawsuit in the works involving another group of families affected by 514. We reached out to the attorney involved, and he said that case should be filed soon, but they're waiting to see if a new Grieving Families Act gets any traction in Albany. Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.